you think about when I say the word fearless? Daredevils, war heroes, CEOs of Fortune 500 companies? For me, I think about all the opportunities that have come my way that I would not allow fear to get in my way. And honestly, if you told me back in high school that I'd ever use the word fearless to describe myself, I'd have think you were nuts. So let me take you back to high school, all right? Graduation. You were ready to conquer the world. There you were, all decked out in your cap and gown, and you threw your cap up in the air, ready for the greatest adventure of your life. You were either on your way to college or a job, but you were going to live on your own. Freedom. Were you scared? Were you fearless? Or possibly both? You know, for girls my generation, I'm a baby boomer. I know, you can't believe it, okay? There were really only 3 choices: teachers, secretaries, or nurses. And none of those really interested me. And it turns out, neither did college. Because after a year, I left the East Coast and I came out to sunny California. I was scared, but I was fearless. I was 19, looking for an identity. And what did I do? I got married. Oh my gosh, I swear there should be a law against getting married so young. But I have to tell you, although we lasted 5 years, we never had children. I was really looking for something that suited me, but nothing worked. So I decided to travel overseas for a few years. And on my travels, I met this very handsome, ooh la la Frenchman, and I brought him back here to the United States. And what did I do? I married him. Remember that law, okay? We didn't last, but what came out of marriage number 2 was that I realized that I liked being in control. I liked making my own decisions. And I knew in order to be in control, I needed money. And that required work, lots of hard work. And a mentor once said to me, Lorri, if it's meant to be, it's up to you to make it happen. Because success only comes before work in the dictionary. So I did have a passion for clothes, and I decided to pursue a career in the fashion industry, and I was hungry to learn. I traveled every month to New York. I made great relationships with my clients. I wined and dined them. But the one thing that was most important is that they knew they could count on me. So very quickly, I decided to start my own company. Along with partners, we became very well known and very successful. We grew a $30 million business together. I thought I had everything, but I paid a price. The price was, became a little rough and tough around the edges. You know, they say a man who yells, he's a man. A woman who yells, well, you know what they say about her. But I was living large. I was queen of the hill. I had built a beautiful home in Beverly Hills. I had a souped up hot black Mercedes, designer clothes. I had everything money could buy. I put 110% of my effort into my career. So what did that really mean? I paid that price. And then one day, I'm sitting in the conference room with my partners, and they turned to me and said, Lorri, you're fired. It was like a bad dream. Yes, you're fired, and leave the keys to your car downstairs because we'll have somebody take you home. Oh, I think I forgot to tell you, my partners were also my family. I was devastated. I just couldn't believe it. For the next few days, few weeks, few months, I had to figure out what had happened. I had to pave a new direction for myself. I could not understand the fear that I had between having a career, having a marriage, and being a mom, that I would never be able to balance any of them. I'd fail at one of them, if not all of them. I allowed that fear to control my life. And I decided no more, because I buried the dream my greatest dream of wanting to become a mom. So I decided I'd had to take a leap of faith in myself. And at 47, I decided to adopt on my own. I interviewed attorneys. They told me it would take me 2 years to find a child. 2 years? I don't have 2 years. I recalled a quote from David Ben-Gurion, the first prime minister of Israel. And he said, anyone who doesn't believe in miracles is not a realist. So I didn't allow their opinions to cloud my way. I took this challenge and decided to make it into my miracle. So I became like the ever-ready bunny, going, talking to everybody all around the United States. And before I knew it, through a contact in Hawaii, I found my son's birth mom within 4 months. My son was born in a cold snowstorm in Indiana, right between Hanukkah and Christmas. From the moment he was put in my arms, I knew he was my miracle, my Chrismukkah baby, my pride and joy, my greatest blessing. Needless to say, becoming a mom was much more than I ever imagined. The abundance of joy, unconditional love in my home, in my life. He was my pride and joy, and he still is. And I knew that I was going to be there all the time to watch him grow. I was going to grow my own wings as well, learn to fly, find my core values. I knew I was fearless. I knew I was a survivor. When my son turned 4, it was time to think about a new career for myself. All I knew is that it had to be something I was really passionate about, something where I would serve others. I didn't know what that looked like, and I surely was not going to allow time with my son to interfere. But I knew that I would go out with that same passion and desire like the adoption process and find my miracle. So I had a dear friend who introduced me to her network marketing company. And very quickly, the New York snobbiness came out of me, and I said, no way, no how. I allowed society's opinions to cloud my own. I said no to something I had no idea what I was saying no to. I did not know what that was. But all I can tell you is that when life-changing opportunities come your way, you just have to jump into it and do it. Because honestly, if you showed me a crystal ball 16 years ago and told me where I would be today, I would never have believed you. Life-changing opportunities come your way, and they're not perfect. You're not perfect. You just have to do it, and you do it messy. You take a look in the mirror, and I think you should do it naked so you love every inch of yourself and decide, is this the first day of the rest of my life? I took a step out onto the skinny branch and found a rewarding and passionate career where I could serve others in their health and wellness and to create wealth that I never knew existed. We get to choose to be fearless. Ending 2 marriages was not easy, but I evolved. Losing my business unexpectedly was extremely painful, but I got my greatest blessing, my son. And starting a new career at 51, well, it brought me passion, it brought me hope, and a desire to help others to live their life fearless and full and find the miracles that they deserve in their life. Here I am, standing on the TEDx stage. Imagine if you were asked to speak here. Would you be nervous? I was. But I decided I would not allow fear to define my life. It's a great challenge. It's a great opportunity. It's a great lesson. And I'm doing it. Life doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. And I ask you to trust me, trust yourself. When life-changing opportunities and challenges come your way, you too can be fearless. Thank you.